Walkability is important to infrastructure like the Green Line and to the bus service, because every transit trip is a walk trip. And you either have to walk to the station or walk away from the station to your destination.
From an equitable point of view, how do the people who live in the neighborhood access this new transportation system?
We have Section 8 housing in the south side of St. Anthony Park with people that have disabilities and mental illness, and for them to walk 2 blocks to the Green Line. Sometimes it's a really long walk, especially in the wintertime.
Not a lot of community members have cars here in Frogtown and Rondo. So if I have the ability to get to the light rail, to get to work, I'm able to invest into my community.
The first thing we knew we needed to do was gather information, actual data that we could take to different officials and make the case for improving walkability. So we organized a quarter-wide survey where we asked people to walk to their future light rail station and to document their experience.
What I heard from community is that they needed for the sidewalks to be wider on the Dale Street Bridge, that to feel more comfortable walking down the street, it needs to be well lit, that the ramps were too steep to push their wheelchairs or strollers over.
Traditionally, we've had more industrial here in St. Anthony Park, and with the big realty boom, with the Green Line, now we've become more residential. The access to get to the Green Line, that's a real tough part of, even sidewalks that haven't even been built yet. And we do have some distress in some of our roads for accessibility.
Another issue that came to the surface right away was traffic safety and places where pedestrians and vehicles, cars mix.
A lot of, complaints came in from the residents of not being able to feel like they were able to walk across Raymond Avenue, which is actually also a road for semi-trucks.
The residents stated having signage that helps cars notice that there are pedestrians, that would be helpful for them to be able to get out and walk in their neighborhood.
The thing that people talked about most was the importance of placemaking and a green environment to walk in, shade trees, and then just pleasant places to sit.
There are residents who are elders, residents who are disabled, and they may need to take a rest so that it is that they can keep going.
This neighborhood here itself, people still think it's an industrial area. So my gallery would be considered a destination place rather than walking from their living quarters, to a certain location to pass my business to stop in. If we can bring more reasons for people to walk up and down University, it only helps all its business owners.
Some of the achievements around walkability from the surveys are the pedestrian demonstration projects.
We had a working group from the community who came up with potential solutions and worked side by side with agency staff, engineers, transportation engineers, and planners. At Dale, one of the things that happened is that project to replace the bridge over I-94 was funded, and we are looking at construction in 2018. On Snelling Avenue, we've gotten better improvements to the walkability and safety issues than MnDOT was planning on initially.
To St. Anthony Park, community members came together and they ended up doing a proposal to the City of St. Paul to rebuild Raymond Avenue. After the reconstruction of Raymond Avenue Street, there was an island that we had. We ended up putting gardening and a lot of different flowers.
With the Western Avenue station, we've seen over 5 years or so the opening of many Asian and African American businesses, and just the whole kind of destination of this place as a kind of a cultural destination.
If there's a big infrastructure project going through your neighborhood, you want to talk with your neighbors. The real work is knocking on doors, building the relationships, and I think that people that are in power really need to really think about what the community is saying that they need.